The Dodgers have revealed their master plan. We get into exactly what I'm talking about in this edition of Dodgers Digest. Hey, this is Mike Nelson. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Myself and Brad J. We're bringing you everyday Dodger content. So make sure to hit that subscribe button. Make sure to like this video as well. As we know, the Dodgers have a lot of questions going into the postseason. I mean, now with a 3-game lead on San Diego, you feel more confident that the Dodgers are going to wrap up the NL West. And, of course, maybe not qualify for the NLDS right away and have to go to the wild card round at first. But you expect them to win the division, especially after, sweeping the Rockies. This team has now won 4 in a row. San Diego losing last night against the Reds. But, yeah. The Dodgers have a lot of questions when it comes to the bullpen, and the big question that everybody, I think, has in baseball, and of course everybody when it comes to the Dodgers has, is how is Shohei Ohtani going to be utilized come playoff time when it comes to his pitching, right? The two-way player, Ohtani, is a player that, as we know, the best player in baseball, maybe the best player to ever play baseball. How is he going to be used this year in the playoffs when it comes to his pitching, right? And how are the Dodgers going to manage that? Dodgers haven't made a decision on Shohei Ohtani's role in playoffs. This is what Dave Roberts said. Could a failed audition by a reliever become an opportunity for Shohei Ohtani to pitch in relief? I can't answer that question right now. That's what Roberts told reporters last week in Baltimore. But I think that we're going to have to do whatever we feel is best to give us a chance to win. And I know Shohei would be open to whatever. We certainly haven't made that decision yet, though. So the Dodgers still trying to explore basically what they want to do with Ohtani, right? I mean, that's basically right now, the Dodgers are trying to keep their options open, right? I mean, right now, there's still a few more weeks to go before the playoffs, right? Still have a few regular season games to go. Big series this weekend in San Francisco. And, of course, another very big series back in L.A. against the Phillies next week. So there's still a lot to be decided in the regular season. And we know Ohtani is going to continue to be a starting pitcher for the rest of the regular season, right? That's not going to change. Ohtani, I assume, will still be getting his scheduled starts for the rest of the regular season. But when the playoffs start, there's kind of a bit of a question mark, right? How will Ohtani be used as a starting pitcher? And I think that question, could be answered very soon, right? Because I think the Dodgers, as we know, currently sit third in the National League when it comes to the overall seeding, right? Currently, that's where they're at. If they end up staying in that position, they're going to have to play in the wild card round in the first week, right? I mean, that first week, the regular season ends on Sunday, the 28th, right, of September. And wild card round starts Tuesday the 30th. And it's a very strong possibility the way things are going and the way the Dodgers played, unfortunately, on that road trip where they went 1-5. 1-5, think about that. Last week went 1-5. Sure, they've cleaned their act up and started very short homestand. It was only a 3-game homestand because the Dodgers are going back on the road. But they went 3-0 on this homestand, right? They went undefeated, sweeping the Rockies. And, of course, they'll head back out on the road this weekend. But, come on, it's the Rockies. The Rockies are a dumpster fire. They're terrible. They're a AAA baseball team. We can't really celebrate a sweep over the Rockies, right? I mean, we are celebrating the Dodgers do have a 3-game lead. I mean, I think that is definitely a big positive, right? It's a huge positive. San Diego losing last night. Dodgers getting the win. Tomorrow, Dodgers are off, but San Diego has a game, so that lead could go to 3.5 if San Diego loses, or could go to 2.5 if San Diego wins. They're playing the Rockies tomorrow night in San Diego. I just say tonight against they're playing tonight against the Rockies in San Diego, right? Game 1 of that 4-game set starts tonight. Dodgers off today, and they'll, of course, start their series against San Francisco tomorrow night, right, on Friday. So Yeah, I mean, I think it has a lot to do with what ends up happening in this, for the rest of the season. I mean, the Dodgers finish in the wild card round. How do the Dodgers not have Ohtani start a game, right? I mean, I think Ohtani would have to start a game, right? Because they're going to have to play 2 or 3 games Tuesday through Thursday, and they got to start the NLDS on Saturday. So kind of a quick turnaround, only a day, 1 to 2 days off between the wild card round and the NLDS. Now the Dodgers get the bye somehow, which it's going to be really tough, especially the way the Phillies are playing. And next week, of course, is paramount. The Dodgers have to probably sweep the series. I mean, yeah, if they want to get the tiebreaker, as we know, the Dodgers lost 2 out of 3 out in Philadelphia way back in April. So if the Dodgers end up, winning 2 out of 3 this week or next week, they're going to be tied in the season series, and then we'll have to go to the next tiebreaker, right, to decide if they end up tied, right? If the Dodgers sweep Philadelphia next week, then they do have the tiebreaker, and of course, if the Phillies win the series, then they have the tiebreaker. So it's kind of a very important series. It is a huge series, a 3-game set next Monday through Wednesday at Dodger Stadium. So I think it has a lot to do with where the Dodgers finish in the standings on how they use Ohtani. I really think that's going to be a key here for the Dodgers. The Dodgers still in a pennant race, as Roberts told reporters. And, Ohtani, the question is, I mean, do the Dodgers use him in relief? And, like Roberts said, Ohtani would be open to basically, I mean, I think about it. Shohei Ohtani is one of those guys that I think is like a win-win player. He's one of the most competitive players in baseball, if not the most competitive player in baseball. And, he's willing to do anything, right? This guy is willing to do whatever it takes to get a W, whatever it takes to win. And I think Ohtani, like I said, if they ask him to be a reliever, sure, there's going to be that question. I mean, that's going to be the big thing for me, I think, and I think for every person that follows the Dodgers, is if you put Ohtani as a closer, late in the game and he blows the game, or if you put him in a setup role and you want to take him out, you lose that DH spot if the game continues. So I think that's where you run the risk there. And also, if Ohtani never comes out of the bullpen in the regular season for the Dodgers, I mean, I don't know. I mean, you really want to put somebody in that hasn't pitched in relief. Of course, he did it in the World Baseball Classic, but that's another thing. He hasn't done it at a major league level, and you throw him out there in Game 2 of the NLDS. I don't know. I think that's a bit of a risk. I would prefer to have Ohtani start a playoff game if the Dodgers need that, right? If the Dodgers need that because of the way the whole thing is set up with the wild card round and all that, they got to start him in Game 2, Game 3 of the NLDS. I think go right ahead. I think that'd be great to see Ohtani get a playoff start, something, that he has never done in his career. He's never started a playoff game as a pitcher. So, yeah, I think it'd be great to see Ohtani do that, and, going to be super fun, the playoffs. Can't wait. Hopefully we get into the NLDS directly, not have to play in the wild card round. As always, make sure to subscribe. Let's go Dodgers. Woo!